Hi everyone. Hi. Good evening, everyone. So we have a lot of people over here. I already have interacted with you. First of all, a lot of apologies for yesterday. So we could not resolve the issue, and we had to postpone yesterday's session to today, guys. So we would be doing. We are back with a bang, and we would actually compensate for yesterday's session, guys. Okay, thank you for actually trusting on us and being here back to us and to continue your sessions, continue your JavaScript Essentials program. Thank you everyone for that. Good evening, and hi to everyone. Hello everyone. So I'll just like to have today I'll have to interact with you all. Can you all please mention your places, from where you belong, from what places you are actually attending this session? And meanwhile, I'll also add your instructor for this JavaScript Essentials program. Hi, hello. Hi, Abhishek sir.
Hey,
How are
hello.
you?
Hey, Subrat, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, sir. I'm fine. So, guys,
Yeah.
say hello to Abhishek, sir. So, he would be the instructor for this JavaScript Essential program, and he's an amazing instructor. Has an amazing experience in that. He actually, basically, he's both. He is a developer as well as an instructor. So you'll be happy learning from him. I just expect one thing from you: don't stop learning actually from him. Even if it is explaining something, you can ask something more. So you should thrive on asking more and more. So take everything whatever you can get from this session, guys, from this 6 day session. Okay, also I think we already have told you there would be a placement and a career guidance session on the seventh day. Okay, fine. So yeah, I see here many people have mentioned their places: Mumbai, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Vilupuram, AP, Guntur. Yes, great. So you also have people from USA, Gujarat, Amravati. That's nice. Thank you guys, to like by being here, by attending this session. Thank you for joining. Jharkhand. That's great. That's great. Pune, Vadodara. That's great. Karnataka. So I'm Subrat. So I'm here in Odisha right now, to be very specific, Bhubaneswar. So hello from Odisha, Bhubaneswar, to all of you there, you lovely people from all the corner of this country. Okay, so I think you know the thing, all the important stuff. So we are this time giving two certificates, guys. One is you can get attending, or you can say a certificate which will state you have attended the session, and one more is completion certificate. So who will get both of this? Who will get attending certificate and completion certificate? If you will submit the assignment and project, then you will be getting completion certificate. But if you'll just attend the session, then you will get the certificate for attending this course, right? Okay, that's what. And yeah, don't worry about don't spam the chat with where is attendance link, where is how can we submit attendance, where to submit. Everything is there in the YouTube description, guys. In the video description you can check. The assignment link is there. The not assignment, sorry, assignment link, the assignment submission, how can you submit assignment on there, it has been mentioned, a link is there, a YouTube link, you can check it. Okay, attendance form is there, everything, your community, everything is mentioned in the YouTube description. Also, one of our team member would continuously be putting in the chat, okay, this attendance link and community link, so you can check. Community is very important, guys. Why is that? Community, you would be getting daily updates about your session, like materials use, source code use, and rest of the thing, okay, assignment and all, everything will be posted in the community. So fine, so we'll not take much time, I'll not waste much of your time. I know you all are waiting, even Abhishek sir is waiting for to start this session. So let's start this course, guys. I'll be in the backstage, it's all yours, Abhishek sir. You can take it ahead.
Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? Okay. So I think Subrat gave a description about me. So like I have been seeing everyone is writing their location, right? Okay, that's awesome. So currently I'm in like Bihar. I'm today I'm teaching you from my native village. Okay, like this is the first time I'm teaching someone from my native village. Usually I teach from Bangalore. Okay, but you know the COVID conditions and all that. Okay. Okay, leave all those things. Let's come to our topic. JavaScript. Okay, so now see, why JavaScript? Why there is a great craze for JavaScript, guys, today? Okay, see, the first advantage, like I'll talk in a layman term. Okay, so every one of you who are like very beginning to programming can even understand it. Okay, so today we can build mobile apps. Today we can build desktop apps. Today we can build websites, web apps. But there is a difference between website and web apps, games, and etc. etc. Okay. Now see, of course, you can say like Android app is made by Java, Kotlin, and so on. It doesn't matter. JavaScript can be used at each and every places. Yeah, it's more effective at some other places, it's less effective at some places. But yeah, definitely it can be used at every places. Okay, and today, guys, there are two part of software development. Mainly, there are a lot of parts, but front end development and back end development. Today, JavaScript is a major player in both front end development and back end development. And because of this, JavaScript is one of the most popular language today. And I don't think there is any competition for JavaScript currently. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. I don't know why this happened. Okay, no worries. Let's continue. Okay, so we are talking about JavaScript. So instead of talking much, we'll directly start understanding what is JavaScript, what is the background of JavaScript, how great is JavaScript, and how can we start. Okay, so we'll study it as a normal programming language, not like we'll not link. Currently, I'll not link with HTML and CSS. If you guys are not very comfortable with HTML, CSS, it's totally okay. Currently, we'll start with JavaScript just as a programming language, like you study any other programming language, whichever you know. That's great. Okay, so let me share my screen first. Okay, so most of the thing I'll be doing it here. Every line of code I'll be writing it here, so you don't have to like. I don't prefer teaching from PPT or something. Okay, so let's have a look. So I'm sharing my screen. Okay. So currently I'm using an online compiler just for a simple reason, so that you guys don't have to use HTML, CSS with like what do you say, with like generally when we write JavaScript, like I will not be able to compile JavaScript just alone. So I'll be using HTML and CSS. But so I'm using an online compiler, so I can show you independently JavaScript instead of HTML and then CSS. Okay. So let's have a look here. Okay. I hope in any case, if you feel the text is small or something, let me know in the comments. I'll make it bigger. Okay, I'm looking at the comments. Okay, awesome. Or zoom it. Okay, it's too big. Hope it's better now. Okay. Okay, guys. So now this is a very first program that is already written, console.log hello world. Let's understand this, and with this we'll understand the basics of JavaScript and also a lot of steps. Okay, so the first thing is console.log hello world. What does this do? Console.log have a like a different meaning, but here console.log I am using as a print. So whatever you write inside the console.log within double quotes will be printed as it is. You can see hello world is printed as it is. Zoom. Okay, is it better? Yeah. Guys, we'll be able to use like a lot of other things. Currently I'm starting, so I'm using this online editor. Once you get comfortable, I'll be shifting to some other editors, mostly VS Code. Okay, so let's have a look here. Okay, so you have seen, like, let's talk about maths a little. So if I tell you in maths, let's take two numbers and add both the numbers, what will I do? I'll take two numbers like this. A is equals to 10, B is equals to 20. And people will add it like this. Sum is equals to A plus B. Simple. Some other people like can say like this. Okay, let A is equals to 10. They will assume, right? Sometimes we write in math, let x is equals to 100% or something. Let b is equals to 20. Then you calculate sum is equals to a plus b. So we'll understand all these stuff. What is let, what is meaning of a, what is meaning of b, what is sum is equal to a plus b means. Okay.
Excuse me,
And
sir. Sorry to
yeah.
interrupt. Can you zoom it a bit more?
Okay, sure.
Yeah, the letters are not very visible. Yeah, I hope that's fine. Can you
Yeah.
confirm,
Okay.
please, guys? Everyone in the chat?
Yeah. Okay. So let's have a look. Okay, I hope it's very visible now. In case it's not visible, okay, let me know. Okay, awesome. Okay, so now I have taken two variables, variable A and variable B. Why I'm calling these variables? Let's have a look. Okay, let's visualize this statement, sum is equals to A plus B a little. Okay, let's visualize this. So what do I mean by this sum? What are these A and B? What is this plus? And what is this equal to? Okay, let's visualize them one by one. So this sum is called variable. So we'll understand about this variable. Okay, this A and this B are also variables. Okay, this plus is called operator. Great. Okay, I can see some comments like it's totally visible to you. That's great, guys. Okay. Yeah, guys, I am going to cover entire JS. Don't worry. Okay. So these are some of the basic terms that comes. What are variables? What are our operators? What is this let? Do I need to write it? Okay. So there are some basic steps like this which are there, and we'll understand this on the way. Okay. So just before starting this, you guys know that we are coding in JavaScript. Okay. So there are few things that you guys will be confused. Like there has been a common misconception, okay, among the guys. I hope you guys don't have, like, Java and JavaScript are both different languages. Okay. When there was a time when Java was quite popular. So what JavaScript, like earlier, I don't remember the name of this language, but it was not called JavaScript, I think. So what, since Java was quite popular, so they named it JavaScript. Okay, just you can say like a smaller brother, so that this language gets also popular along with Java. That was the whole idea, to name this language JavaScript. Okay, and from initially Java, the starting JavaScript was not very popular, but slowly, there are some important libraries and framework that were made on JavaScript. Two most popular are React. One is React, that is in library, and then Node.js. These two things, React and Node.js, when it came, JavaScript market boomed a lot. Okay, now I can say Java, it's the height that JavaScript has wrote other language, like it's very difficult to compete for other language with JavaScript. It's so much rich framework that is being used by a lot of developers. Like all of you, I bet most of you are here. Okay, yeah, this is an intro session. Yeah. Okay, so most of you, those who are here, must be wanting to either learn React or Node.js. So both are based on JavaScript. So that is the importance of this language. Okay, great, awesome. So now let's continue and let's understand this step by step. Okay. Okay. So let me clear this. Okay. So after first three classes, we'll be shifting to VS Code. So by that time, I'll explain you the basics of JavaScript, and then how JavaScript can be linked with HTML and CSS. Then I'll be using VS Code, and you guys will be also, like, I think most of you are comfortable with VS Code. In case you're not comfortable, I'll be telling you the basics of VS Code. Okay. Okay. So let's take a line. Let sum is equals to A plus B. Or for now, instead of A plus B, let's take 10 plus 20. Okay. Let's take this and let's proceed ahead with this. Okay. So let's visualize each and everything here. Sum. I called sum as a variable earlier. So what does variable means? So there, see, The name had this, by the term you can define something. So variable is something whose value is dependent on something else that keeps on changing. For example, like let's suppose you named it like C. If I write age equals to 20, the value of A is dependent here, right? The value of A, like let's suppose now someone wrote it 10, or someone wrote age equals to B. So the value of A is dependent on whatever is written after this equal to. Okay. So this thing. So that is why we call it variable. So this thing can change accordingly, right? So this part is called variable. Okay. Now see. Now everywhere. Now see. JavaScript has now whenever we talk about variables, what can you think? Like currently, you see, I have put two numbers here, right? So this variable had just numbers 10 and 20. Can I put something else in the variable apart from numbers? Anything? Okay. So light theme is being suggested. Okay. Let me switch to light theme. Okay. I think, wait a second. See if you like this, else I will go to dark theme. Okay. Awesome. Let's be back here. Okay. So I was talking about variables. Okay. So initially, now we are talking about like there is some issues going on here. Let me check. Yeah, I think, yeah, the issues have been sorted out. Okay, it was my issue, nothing to worry. Okay, so now let's start talking about other things. So now one thing we understood, this variable can not only hold integer normal numbers, but it can hold, first of all, normal like integer numbers. It can also hold decimal numbers. What about a name? Can a variable hold a name? Like, can I write age equals to Abhishek, something like this? Of course I can write it. Like I have written the short form of a name, Abhi. Okay, so this variable A can write something like this. This is a part of name which is called string. And there are much more thing a variable can do, but let's restrict to this much and slowly we'll proceed ahead. Okay, but just one thing should be noted. Whenever I write a name, the name should be written in a double quotes. So it can, also in single quotes and other possibilities are there. Okay, but it should be written in either single quotes or double quotes. Okay. Okay, let's proceed ahead. Let's talk about this plus. Quite interesting. This is called operators. Okay. So what will we do? We'll learn about operators because there are a lot of operators in JavaScript. Okay. We'll learn few of them and proceed ahead slowly and try some questions on that. Okay. So the first basic operators that you can think in JavaScript, so these are arithmetic operators you guys already know. Plus, minus, multiply, divide, and these are arithmetic operators JavaScript have. So by let me see your let's go with dark mode. For like my personal favorite is also dark mode. Okay. Okay. So for now, let's assume two numbers. So I have not discussed about let, so I'll neglect let for now. We'll discuss about it in a while. Okay. So let's take a is equals to 10. Okay. And let's assume b is equals to 3. So these are two variables which have two integer values or numbers. Okay. Then let's come down. And now I want to add, like I want to make a calculator, basic calculator. So what all things can be in the calculator? It can have addition, it can have subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus. Like we are demonstrating like arithmetic operators, right? So if I have to calculate addition, it's very simple, right? A plus b. Okay. Whenever we get an answer, sorry. So currently we are I'm not following the strict JavaScript. I'll come to strict JavaScript a while later. Okay. So console.log, as we discussed earlier, we can use console.log. So now when I told you earlier about console.log, there is a one point to be noted here. Okay. So if I write console.log and a message here in double quotes, hey, okay, let's comment this. What does comment means? So like if you put this double, what do you say? It's like a symbol like this before any line, it will be commented. If you want to group comment some lines like more than 2-3 lines, so what can you do? You can select various line and press Control / or Command / depending on your operating system. It will comment and uncomment. So basically, comments are like a notes. They are in your program, but when you run your code, this line will be neglected by your compiler. Okay, it will assume that it's a note just for your purpose. Okay. So when I run this, I'll get hey, correct? So now what I'll do, I'll write a is equals to 10. Let's assume. Okay. Instead of hey, let's print a inside double quotes. So what do you guys will get? Will you get 10 or will you get a? So see, the first logic that we learned, anything that is inside a double quotes will be printed exactly for most of the time. Not always, but okay. So you got a. But I really don't want this a. I want this value of a to be printed. So in case if you want a value of something, okay, you should not put it quotes. Put it without quotes. Okay. So now if you put something without quote, what will happen? The value of this will be printed instead of a. Okay. So now if you run it, you will get that. Awesome. Great. Okay. Let's come here. Okay. So now what will I do? I'll just so now console.log. Let's print add. If there are some typo, let me know. I have a habit of making some typos here and there. Okay. So now let's run it. Let's see. I got 13. That's perfectly correct. That's a proper addition. Let's try the subtraction. We'll make a calculator with proper HTML, CSS, and JavaScript also. But this is a very basic calculator. Okay. Sum is equal to subtraction is equal to a minus b. So of course I don't write like this every time. What I do, I generally copy like this, paste here, and then change it to subtraction. Okay. But if you are a beginner, I'll suggest you to write the things instead of copy pasting. Okay. Multiplication. Till here, I think no one has any issues. Right? A into multiply by b. It's totally okay. Now I want to ask about division because like for those who are studying for the first time, introducing to coding, they will have no problem. But if you guys have a background in different language, see the addition in JavaScript can be a bit different compared to your language. Usually, if you are from a Java background, things can be a little different. Okay. So perfectly okay. No issues with all these three, right? Let's go to the next one, the fourth one. Okay. I think, oh, sorry. I had to zoom a little, right? Sorry, I forgot to zoom. I can see some comments. Sorry, guys. I did not see your comments. Okay, and finally the division. A by B. What do you think will be the answer for A by B? Will it be 3.3333 so on? Okay, so basically when I have to run it, so I have, okay, I'll zoom it a little more. Okay, let's go here and let's run it. So before running it, this is the division I have named it. Let's go here. Let's run it. I will zoom a little smaller. So you got the answer 3.3333 so on. So what JavaScript division will do? JavaScript division, remember one thing, it will always give you the exact division. For example, let's change the number to, let's suppose 3 and 5. What you should get? It will give you the mathematical division. There's no issue like other languages. You got 2. This is the expected answer for a division, right? Awesome, awesome. I see there is a, okay, okay, awesome. Okay, so let's switch it back to 3 and let's come here. This is division. Let's go to the next thing and we'll talk about remainder. Remainder is equals to A modulus B. And now console.log, I'll write remainder. Okay. So what could be the answer here, guys? When 10 is divided by 3, what can be the remainder? Anyone? Okay, is there some problem? Wait, guys. Are you guys not able to hear me clearly? Is there some issue like that? Okay. I see that you guys cannot hear me well. I hope, let me check my network. Okay. I think network is fine enough. But anyway, no issues, okay? Okay, awesome. Okay, guys. Okay. So in case if you cannot hear me, just make sure that you are on a good network because I see most of them can hear me very properly. Okay. So let's come here, guys. So you can see I was talking about remainder. Okay. So console.log remainder. So what will happen? So for now, what we are seeing with console.log, whatever like console.log, if you write remainder, it will print you the value of this remainder. Okay. So now let's see. So what will be the remainder in this case? 10 and 3. You'll get the remainder as 1. Okay. So I'll just change the, like this thing behaves in a different way. Let's change it to minus 10, 3. So what can be the remainder now? I'm open for comments. Then the next question will be both minus 10, minus 3. And the last one will be 10, minus 3. In all these 3 cases, what can be the remainder? I need a comments from all of you guys. Okay, zoom. Let's zoom it. Okay, so this is the remainder. Okay, so now I have changed, like you have to alternate the minus sign. Minus can be a numerator, denominator, and it can be both in numerator and denominator. In this case, what can be the remainder? Okay. I hope things are very much visible. More zoom. Okay. Hope it's better now. Okay. Think about it. Okay. Once you have decided, okay, -1 or 1, no, I don't want things like this. Okay, I want an exact answer. Okay, let's have a look. So we'll start from here. I'll put minus here, -10 and 3. I'll run it. I think the previous things are clear, so I'll just comment it for you guys. So there'll be no disturbance in the answer. Okay, and now let's run this. You got -1. The next is I'll put minus with the this is a denominator. Okay, I'll run this. You got 1, and a minus at both the places. Then what will I get? I'll get -1. So there is nothing to be surprised about. Okay, the simple logic is whenever you put a negative sign here, it exactly does not cancel out while calculating modulus. What it exactly does, it's remove the negative sign. Okay, then after calculating the answer, like it will remove both the negative sign. Okay, now it will calculate the remainder for 10 and 3. For 10 and 3, what will be the remainder? 1. Now it will see the sign for the numerator. If the sign of numerator is positive, it will give you a positive answer. If the sign of numerator is negative, it will give you a negative answer. Okay. Okay, awesome, grades. So let's continue with this. Okay. So I hope this is clear to everyone. Awesome. Okay. Let's go to the next topic and let's understand few more things. So I'll keep it open for you guys. Let's duplicate a tab. Okay, wait 1 second. Let me just Zoom is creating a little issue. So, okay. Hope things are better. Okay. So now there are a few things that we'll be learning. Okay. So like we saw the use of like the basic things, the arithmetic operators, right? With the help of arithmetic operator, we made a very simple calculator. That is the like easiest program that you can make to understand all the modulus, like all the arithmetic operators. So we'll move to a new set of operators and understand what all types of problem we can handle from those. Okay. The second set of operators is called relational operators. There are different names you can see. It's also called comparative operators depending on the places you are studying from. So it can be greater than, it can be greater than equals to, it can be less than, it can be less than equals to. Okay, what other? It can be equal to, sorry, equal to, and it can be not equals to. So these are few relational operators. So now we'll study one thing. So now see, what we study is a variable can hold different types of values. So what are the types of values variable can hold? Number one, we talked about it can hold numbers. Now numbers can be both the types. It can be an integer number, it can be a decimal number, like 12 or 12.2. Totally okay. Similarly, what will happen? A variable can also hold, like we told, it can also hold a name, something that is called string, anything written inside a double quote. So it can hold something like hello. That's also perfect. You need more zoom. Okay. Okay. Now the next set of things is called true and false. True or b is equals to false. Sorry, there is a dot here. So these are called boolean. So what is basically a boolean? Boolean we have just two values, true or false. So given a situation, okay, there will be only two possibilities. Either this can be a true, this can be false. Like there are two situations. This can occur or this cannot occur. So depending on these two situations, okay, whenever you have such kind of situation, boolean can be very much useful. For example, let's assume this. Sorry. Like I am walking on a path, okay, at this point. At this point, I have two possibilities. I can take this path, I can take this path. Okay, so you have two possibilities. Okay, let's suppose this is true and this is false. Okay, so depending, whenever you have whenever you have a possibilities, either this is true or this is false. So one thing will be true, the other thing will be false. Let me give you an example to understand, so that you can understand. Let's take a is equals to 10. I give you a situation like a greater than 5. What will this be? This will be true, right? So if I ask you something like this, let's take c is equals to a greater than 5. Okay, and then I'll do console.log c. What will be the answer for c? True, right? Awesome. Let's have a look. So for example, let's see this. Let's keep a and b out for now. Let's take two values. Let's comment this so it will not disturb. Let's comment this too. Okay, let's come here. Let's write a is equals to 10. And then let's write b is equals to 12. Okay, I'll just put a simple condition. C is equals to a greater than, or sorry, this is less than, a less than b. And I'll do a simple thing, console.log c. So what do you guys think? What will be the answer for c? So this condition that is written here is a less than b. Value of a is 10, value of b is 12. So this is false, right? So what will happen? This will give you false, correct? Okay. Now I change the things. Let's make it 10. It will still be false because 10 is less than 10 is false, right? Now let's put an equal to here. What does less than equal to means? Less than equal to means either less than or equals to. Means a is either less than b or a is equals to b. So of course a is less than b is not true, but a is equals to b is true. So this will give you true. Okay, and this will also give you true. Okay, I'm just printing the value. Okay, so now so I think greater than equals to, less than equal to. These four are clear to you. Let's come to the next one, equal to. What is the use of this equal to? Let's put a equal to here. Okay, now if I put a is equal to b, so what will happen? So what does equal to me means basically? So now you have earlier seen I write a is equals to 10, and later we saw that b is equal 10. So what is the difference between these two? Or let's put it a here only. What is the difference between these two statements? This statement means when I write a single equal to, it means the value of a is 10. If I write b is equals to 100, that means the value of b become 100. If I write double equal to, it basically means check whether the value of a is 100 or not. So this will return either true and false, correct? And this will just assign the value 10 to this variable. So I hope this is clear, the difference between single equal to and double equal to. Single equal to will assign the value, double equal to will check with the value if these both are equal or not. Okay. So this will give you true because these both are equal. What is the use of this? This basically means not equals to. Okay, means a is not equals to. So this is the symbol of not equal to. This was a symbol of equal. This is symbol of not equal. So this will give you false. Right? False. Okay. Okay. Correct. Okay, guys. So now let's proceed to the next step. Okay, now what all things we can do with the relational operators? Okay, what all topics we can cover with the help of relational operators? So you can see relational operators is all about conditions, like a greater than b, a less than b, a equal b, a is not equal to b. Everything is conditions, right? Okay, so whenever there is a condition, there is always two possibilities. Either that condition can be true or that condition can be false, right? Like A greater than B. But here there are two possibilities. This is true or this is false, right? So based on that, we have a topic called if else. Okay, so how this topic is done? So this topic has a very simple explanation. Okay, like I gave you a road explanation earlier, right? So suppose a person is standing here. This is a person P. Okay, now it has two ways. Okay, so like see, this is a hierarchy. The first statement will be if. Okay, then the next statement will be else. Okay, so let's take the first part here as if and second part as else. Okay, so now see what will happen. A simple thing. So now a person has to take a path. So what will happen? Person will start checking the path from the top. Okay, every part will have some conditions. It can have any conditions. We'll see that in a while. What all condition it can have. Let me change the pen. I think it's too much pink. Okay, condition. If this condition is true, it will go to the if path. Okay, now about this condition, since we are talking about else, okay, so this point will neglect the condition, will not need to write any condition, because just imagine a case. Okay, I am telling you. Okay, I am giving I gave you an example. Like let's take a number, for example 10. Check it is positive number or not. So you will just say if the number is greater than 0, it's positive. Else you don't need to write a condition. If a number is not positive, that means in the else we can write that condition. For example, I'll give you here. Okay, let's take this example only. Okay, so let's take a number 10. Okay, I'll give you one thing. We just have to check if this number 10 is a positive number or not. So how can I check it? So what is a positive number? Any number that is greater than 0 is a positive number, right? So I can write if. This is the syntax of if. You write the word if, then in the bracket you write a condition. Once you have written the condition, it will be followed by this curly braces. Okay. Then once you have whatever you have to write it here, write the things. After your if block is over, start your else. No condition for else. Okay. Why? I'll tell you now. And then whatever you have to write inside else, write it here. So this is the basic syntax of if and else. Write a condition here. So now what could be the condition here to check if a number is positive or not? You just need to replace this condition with a greater than 0, right? So if a is greater than 0, so what will happen? This means now I be assured that a is a positive number. So I'll just print here in console.log it's a positive number. Okay, okay, now here in what can I write here? Any suggestions, guys? What can I write here? Should I write it's a negative number, or should I write like this? It's not a positive number. Which do you think is more appropriate here? Okay, so now I see some comments. Some people are writing else a less than 0. So remember my problem statement. What was my problem statement? My problem statement is check if this number is a positive number or not. So what will this condition do? When the value of a is 10, okay, what will this do? A is greater than 0. This is true, right? Because 10 is greater than 0. This condition is totally true. So what will happen? This will be printed. It's a positive number. In the else, this will be neglected. Clear? Now let's suppose the value of it is not 10. So let's suppose it's -5. So what do you think about this condition? This condition, -5 is greater than 0. Is this condition true? No, right? Let's take this -5. So this condition will become false, right? If this condition became false, this if block will be neglected. So now what will happen? Compiler will automatically come to else block, and it will print console.log, it's not a positive number. There's no need to check this condition because I'm sure if this is false, that means number will not be positive. So the basic idea is I never write a condition with the else. Else means very clear. You do this or else that. There will be some situations in which we need to have a condition, like in this question only. If I tell you, take a number A and check if it is a positive number, negative number, or 0. Now you have to check the 3 things. So how will I check? So here I'll introduce something. So remember, we were talking about roads. The person was walking at point B. Now earlier he had just 2 paths. This path was if, and this path was else. Now sometimes you have to check a lot of conditions. There will be all these conditions will all not be as simple as this. So you can have any number of conditions in between. Okay, any number. There is no restriction to this. This condition is called else if. Else if, same thing. Okay, and remember, so in else if again you should have write a condition. You should write a condition. You should write a condition. Else will have no condition. Then when what else will always be the last one. Okay. So what will happen when all the statements are wrong? Okay, automatically else will execute. Let's have an example to understand it. Okay, so let's redo this code. Now I will check if a number is a positive, negative, or 0. So what happens if a is greater than 0? So what will I do? Console.log, it's a positive number. Okay. I'll put a condition in between else space. Remember there is space. Yes. Okay. Here I'll write what condition can I write for a negative number? A less than 0. And what will I do? Console.log. It's a negative number, right? Else. In the else, what can I do? I'll just write. Now what is left? If, okay. See, that's the first case. If a number is like, let's suppose it's a positive number, any number. Let's not, okay, this is 10. So let's suppose it can be 10. I can change the value 10 or -10 or something. So let's suppose this condition is false. If this condition is false, that I'm sure it's not a positive number. If this condition is also false, I'm totally sure it's not a negative number. Here it's true, but let's suppose this case. This number is also false. So what can be a third possibilities? It's a 0, right? Okay, now we'll say one thing. Why can I write a else if here I don't want to write else? I really don't understand else when I should write else. It's totally okay. Write a else if. If you write a else if, what will happen? I'll just put a is equal 0. It's a 0. The same thing. Else is remember, else if and else are optional. You just a single if can work out. Okay. So this is the thing. So now what will be the answer here? -7. This statement is false, so it will not be considered, right? This statement is true, it will be considered, and this will be neglected. Okay, so you must have observed only one statement execute. Okay, for example, let me give you an example to clear it. I'm changing this a little. Let's take a is equal to 10. I write if a is greater than 0, right? Let's write a, capital A. Okay, let's write x because I have already, it doesn't matter, but I don't want I want a proper answer. So else if a is less than 0, so let's change this to a greater than 5. Let's print it y. Okay, and else if a is equal 10, let's print a z here. Okay, so what's the answer, guys, for this problem? I'm waiting for your answer. Yeah, we'll put in a safe one. What is not defined? Okay. No, guys, we are not getting very complicated. Just answer. I think different okay. Here. Okay. I'm happy to write else here. Else console.log. Let's give it a name like n, but it's totally optional. Okay. Okay. So there's a number of people who. So let's have a look. Now, remember what example I gave you while studying if else. I gave you an example of a path. A person P is there. What will happen? He can take several paths. So what do you think? At one time, one person can take how many paths? Okay, I can see X, X, X. Okay, great. Okay, so most of your answers are correct. Awesome. So I'm talking about this path. At one time, the person can have just one path, right? Clear, like a person is traveling, he cannot go on two paths at the same time. So this is how if else works. Okay, so now let's suppose this a is equals to 10. A is greater than 10. This condition is true, right? Since this condition is true, what will happen? Compiler will neglect all the other conditions and it will give you this as an answer. So your answer will be X. I hope it's clear. Great, awesome. So most of you are telling that you want a thing in nested if. Okay, great. So for a nested if, we'll take a very relatable problem that you guys know. Okay. Okay. There are a lot of ways to do that problem, but I'll solve it with nested if, so you guys will understand that. Okay. You know about leap year, guys, right? So for example, if year 2000, year 2024, it will be a leap year. What about year 2100? Is it a leap year? Yeah, guys, if some topics are missing, don't worry about that. We'll cover those topics. So be clear about those things. Okay. Oh, I'm using one compiler. Okay. So I'm just waiting for you guys to answer, is 2100 a leap year or not? Okay. I'm not getting your answers. No, I was not speaking for a while. I was just waiting for your answers. Okay. Okay. So most of you are saying it's not a leap year. Yeah, it's not a leap year. and for the leap year to be a leap year, there are two things. You say that if a number is divisible by 4, it's a leap year, awesome. But if it is century year means if the year is divisible by 100, it should be divisible by 400. Okay. If a year is divisible by 400, then century year will be a leap year. Okay. So now what you have to take? You have to take a year. It can be any year. Okay. Randomly. Let's suppose I have chosen a year 2000, or let's suppose 2100. I have to check if A is a leap year or not. How can I check it? So remember, there are two conditions of a leap year. So the first condition is, of course, since a number is divisible by 400, so it will be divisible by 4. But if the number is divisible by 4, so what will happen? Let's see. If A modulus 4 equal 0. So how can I basically check if a number is divisible by 4 or not, or any number? Why did I write A modulus 4? Anyone? See, I basically use modulus because you guys know modulus is used to find a remainder. So if any number, like let's suppose 10 is there, I divide it by 2. If 10 is perfectly divisible by 2, what will be the remainder? If the numerator is perfectly divisible by denominator, always the remainder will be 0, right? Right? Awesome. So if I write A modulus 4 equal 0, what does that mean? If this condition is true, that means A was perfectly divisible by 4, right? Yeah, great. So now there can be two possibilities, right? What? The number is divisible by 4, awesome. Okay. Now here, what are the two possibilities? The one possibility is the year can be in this format, 2024, okay, which is not a century year. One possibility is that a year can be a century year, right? Okay, so let's go inside it. Now I'll check a simple condition. This if is inside this if. This is called nested if. So if you write one if inside another if, it's called nested if. If A modulus 100 equal 0. Now this can be solved in just a single if, but yeah, let's take it for nested for this time. If A modulus 100 equal 0, what does that mean? If this condition is true, that definitely means it's a century year, right? If this condition is false, that means it's not a century year, right? Okay. In the else, what should I write? Console.log, what message should be printed here? Okay. And what should I do here? If a year is divisible by 100, that means now I have to check what? Now there is another possibility inside here. What? It should be divisible by 400. So can I write like this? If A modulus 400 equal 0. Okay. If this is true, that means it's a leap year, right? Leap year. Okay. Else what will happen? It's not a leap year. Right? What about this? What should I write here? That is my point of concern. And if you are writing an answer, please write a why. Leap year, not a leap year, why? Okay, see. Where is this if ending? This if is ending here. I'll take a else and I'll write it here. What should I write it here? If you are able to answer these two questions, I assume you'll be clear with the flow of this nested if. What do you guys think? Last loop? No, I'm not taking any loop here. Else. Yeah, last else is very much needed. Okay. So this first one, for those who answer, this will be leap year. This will be not a leap year. Let's understand this with an example, so you guys will be clearly understanding what is the use of so many if else, how they are being used, and all those steps. Okay. Okay. I hope most of you are very much clear. Okay, great. Okay, awesome. So now see the let's start with a simple number. 2024, or no, that will be, just let's take a number which is not a leap year, 2023. Okay, so this condition is wrong, correct? 2023 is, when I evaluate my mod, it will not be, okay? I'm not talking about this, you can divide it. Will this if else end? This will end here. So I'll go to the next if. Okay, because other things are written inside this if. You know, when a condition is false, what will happen? This condition, this entire thing will be neglected, right? And it will go to the bottom part, correct? So let's close this, and I'll come to this else. Okay, so what will I do? Console.log, not a leap year. Okay, and so this will be your answer. 2023 is not a leap year. Okay, let's take the other cases. Let's take 2024. So now in this case, this condition is true. So what will happen here? I'll go inside this. Okay, let me bring my, I know. Okay, so now this condition is true. It will come here. Now for 2024, this condition is wrong, right? A modulus 100 is wrong. Of course, it does not have a double zero at the end. So this if will be neglected. So it will go to this else, console.log leap year. Why leap year? Because if a year is not a century year, if it is just divisible by 4, it's a leap year, right? Okay. Now let's take another example to understand it, the other cases. So let's take an example like 2000. Okay. Let's take up for year 2000. So for 2000, how this loop will work? 2000 modulus 4 is equal to 0. This condition is totally true. It will go inside this if. A modulus 100 equal 0. This is also true. 2000 is divisible by 100. Now, if a modulus 400 equal 0, so what will happen? Since this was true, so now it came inside it. So this condition is also true. 2000 is divisible by 400. 400 into 5, right? Is divisible by like leap year. So this will be a leap year. Okay. Now let's take another condition, the last one, 2100. Okay. Okay, so now how sorry, I mean to say, what will happen here for 2100? This condition is true, it's perfect. This condition is also true, perfect, but this condition is wrong. It's not divisible by 400. So what will happen? This else will execute. Console.log, it's not a leap year. So I hope everyone is okay with this if else ladder, right? Okay, some of you guys are telling how to take input from a user. Okay, guys, see, JavaScript is not a normal programming language. Okay, though we can take input, but it's little complicated to take input in JavaScript. So in JavaScript is usually taught in link with HTML and CSS, right? So what happens? We enter a number in HTML, and that number is being used in JavaScript. Okay, so currently we are just focusing on JavaScript, neglecting HTML and CSS. So we are not worried about input. Okay. 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 Again, prompt and all that we are not considering those. So I'm just focusing on the programming part of the JavaScript. Other part will cover in the DOM. Okay. When I'm covering DOM part of the JavaScript. Okay. So this was about if else. Let's go to the next topic quickly. Okay. There is something more in if else. Okay, but okay. Let's first move to a next topic. We'll come there. Okay. Okay, so the next thing we are concerned about these things. Okay, now let's suppose, okay, I give you a simple task. Okay, the task is to print all the numbers from 1 to 100, or let's take it 1 to 10. How can you do it? Some energetic people can say, I will write console.log 1, okay, and I'll write it few times. Sometimes like you can write like this, and you can change the values, right? People can write 2, people can write 3, people can write 4, and so on. So you guys can keep on writing like this, correct? And you can reach on to 10. Some energetic people can do. What about 100? Maybe some can do it. I'm not very sure, right? Some can use it. Awesome. But what about these? I hope no one is energetic enough to write like this so many times. What is this? 1, 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, lakh, 10 lakh, crore. So 1 crore time. Do you think you guys are comfortable writing this? No, right? So we'll use something called loops. So just by word loops, it means something. Loop means looping around, right? That means repeating again and again. Okay. So whenever I have to repeat things like this, okay, print things like this, okay, in a repetitive manner, I use loops. So what is the syntax of the loops? Okay, let's have a look. The syntax of the loop is very much simple. There are a few types of loop. We'll study about for loop. So the word is for. After that, let's take a bracket. Okay, in the bracket, I'll mention few things. The first is the starting value. So let's take a variable. What will be the starting variable of this variable? So like I have to print the values from 1 to 100, let's suppose. So what will be the starting value? 1. Put a semicolon. Semicolon, okay? After this, what is the next step? At this place, I'll write a condition. What will be the condition? We'll talk about that. And in the third case, I'll write updation. What is that? We'll also talk about that. And then finally, we are here. We'll write whatever we have to print, or if we have to do some steps. Okay? Great. So let's talk about a condition is lesson. So now your question was, I have to print the numbers from 1 to 100. Okay? So what is the starting value? I wrote 1. What is a condition? That means how this condition work actually, I'll explain you. What will happen when the value of I is 1? What will happen? Okay, now let's suppose I print here console.log I. How this will basically work? Let's see. Okay, let's take green this time, or let's take a random color. Okay. So for when I is 1, okay, what will happen? This will go to condition. It will say, hey, am I correct? Like this condition will give him true and false. If this condition give it true, it will go down. And it will print whatever it has to do. Here it has to print. So it will print the answer. Okay. After this, it will go to the updation. Okay. Somehow the values will be updated. The value of I. What updation is responding to I? That means value of I will be updated. And after that, again, it will come to condition. Okay. After coming to condition, it will print this step. And this process will go on. It will come here. It will come here. It will print this. Again, this. It will keep on happening till this loop is over. Okay. And when will this loop get over? When this condition becomes false. Till this condition is true, this loop will work. Once the condition is false, this loop will stop working. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So now let's have a look. Let's remove the condition. So for writing numbers from 1 to 100, what can be condition? I is less than equals to 100. Okay. So this value of I should be either less than 100 or equal to 100, right? This will be our condition. And what will be our updation? Sorry, I missed this break. Yeah. When the value of I is 1, 1 is less than equal to 100. This condition is true. So it will come down and print you 1. Correct? Awesome. After printing 1, what will happen? This will go here. Then now what's the value of I? Earlier it was 1. So now the value of I should go to 2, right? So that means I should add 1 to the previous value of I, right? So what will happen? I'll write I is equals to I plus 1. what will happen? The value of I will now become 2, right? Earlier the value of I was 1, so 1 plus 1 is 2, so the value of I will be 2. So let's see this. So I'm making it smaller so you guys can understand it. I'm making it till 5, so you can clearly understand how loop is working. See, so what is the first value of I? 1, right? The first value of I is 1. So what will happen? It will go to a condition. Okay, 1 is less than equal to 5. Is the condition true? Yeah, it's true. So what will happen? It will come down and it will print the answer. So here I'm writing the answer. It will print the answer as 1. Now it will go to the updation. So now that means the value of I will become now 2. Okay, so what will happen? Now 2 is, now again it will go to the condition. 2 is less than equal to 5. Is this condition true? It will say yes. Okay, this condition is also true. So what will happen? Again it will come here and print you true. When I is equals to 3, I mean to say it will go here again. Okay, then the value of I will become 3. Again it will do the same thing. 3 is less than equal to 5. So the condition will be true. Yeah, we can write I plus plus. I am like, since I have not taught you I plus plus, so I'm not writing. Okay. Okay, so this is true. So it will print true. Similarly, the value of I will be 4. Okay, it will give you true and it will print 4. So now when the value of is 4, it will go here again. What will happen? The value of I will be 5. What will happen? 5 is less than equal to 5. Condition is true. And so what will happen? It will print 5. Now let's see now what happens. Now it has printed 5. Now again it will go here. What will happen? The value of I will be 6, right? So the value of I will be 6. So now what will happen? 6 is less than equal to 5. Condition is false, right? So this condition is false. So now what will happen? This will exit out of the loop. Exit. So this will exit. So this is your answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hope this is clear to all of you. If this is clear to all of you, I have one question from all of you guys. What will be the answer? Sorry. We'll come to break. Guys, don't worry about the topics that I have not taught. I'll cover it. So there's no need to suggest topic. I have all the topics in mind. So be chill about that. So what will be the answer here? I don't want you to run it and tell me, okay? You have to tell me the answer without running it. I can see some familiar names. Any suggestion for this answer? Okay. So you guys match the answer. The answer is 6. Because so I like inside when I control and value of I was 5 so when it exits out of like okay, is there issue? Am I audible totally, guys? Okay. I can see answer is 5, answer is 5, 7, 6. That's also really great. Okay. Hmm. Okay, guys. So let's move ahead. Okay. So let's do a small problem. Try to print this. Okay. So this is your. I want to print stars like this. Okay. So I want you to all of you to print these 5 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How can we print these stars? So all the stars are in a vertical line, not horizontal line. Okay. So okay. Okay, I think there have been some complaint my voice is not very audible. Okay, so I'm stopping my cam for a moment. I hope things are better now. The result will not be printed in the horizontal, result will be printed in a vertical line. Okay. Invisible start. So screen is not visible. Okay, wait. Okay. So is the screen visible now? Screen not visible, screen not shared. I think now you guys can see my screen, right? Okay. For those who missed the previous problem, the correct answer for the previous problem was 6. Okay, awesome. Let's continue. So this problem is quite simple like the previous problem. So now how many stars are there? There are total 5 stars, right? So let's take a variable I is equals to 1. Okay, I is less than equals to 5. So because we need to print things till 5 like 5 times, right? I is equals to I plus 1. So console.log. Okay, what will I do? I'll print star. So what will happen here? Let's have a look. Okay, any issues? No, net still. Okay, I hope things are very much clear now. Okay. Any sound issue? No. Okay, great. So what will happen here? Okay, sorry if there was some sound issue. Can okay, for which problem, guys, you want me to repeat? Okay, okay. Let's see this. So what will happen when the value of I is 1? What will happen? This condition will be checked. This condition is again true. So what will happen? Star will be printed like the previous thing. So now this will go here. The value of I will be updated. So value of I is 2 now. So what will happen? Now 2 is less than 5. This condition is again true. So again what will happen? A star will be printed. Again what will happen? Now I will be 3. This will again be true. Again a star will be printed. So on to star will be printed 5 times. Okay. Okay, I'm getting some suggestions to repeat the previous questions. Okay, I'll come to that, guys. Don't worry. Okay, let's understand this. I'll come to that, the previous question. Okay. Okay, so now the next question is like I told you guys not to worry about the other topics. I'm coming to the how to print this thing in the horizontal way. Okay, so don't be worried about that. Okay, so now this is our next question. See, what is our next question? Star. I'm giving a space. Okay. star, star, star. Print this star in a horizontal. How to print it? Can you try attempting this? We are not concerned about HTML and HTML or some HTML tags now. And basically, okay, many previous I'll come to that. Okay, let me come to that first. I think there was some issue. You guys console.log, right? The answer was 6 here, right? Awesome. So see how this will happen. See what happened when the initial okay, it came here. There's nothing here. The body is completely empty. Okay, sorry. The I is 1. This condition will be true. Okay, it will come here. Nothing will happen, right? Because this body is totally empty. Okay, and it will again go to the top. The body thing is just not will happen. As for this is okay. Now you see. Now when the value of I is 5, it came down. Okay, there was nothing. Okay, this condition was so now it will go over. What will happen? The value of I will be this after 5 the value will be 6. But this condition 6 is less than or equal to 5. This condition is false, right? Now since this condition is false, so what will happen? This thing will be neglected, right? Now since this condition has been neglected, so what will happen? Console.log I. What will console.log I do? What is the last value of I when it came out of the loop? It was 6, right? So it will give you 6. Okay. Okay, guys. I see some of you are complaining about network issue, or it may be because like my power has went off and I am on my like mobile network now. So guys, no worries. I think okay. I'll give you one assignment question. This is like one homework question for all of you. Okay. So you have to think how you print this in a same line. Be a homework follow. Try pure JavaScript, no HTML or nothing. Okay. Things will be very like the internet should be perfect tomorrow. This should not be a problem, but I don't know why this is a problem today. Okay. So like due to some issues and all that, I'll be winding up this session now, but this will be a homework. You have to print this star, 5 star in the same line. Okay. I hope it's clear, guys. Now I'm just waiting for some doubts. Most of you cannot hear me. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, guys. So that's pretty much homework part from my side. Again, I'll see you.